Hello, everybody. Joey Sparks here, and God's mercies are new again this morning.
Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. I woke up this morning with my mind.
Talked yesterday about how the first person that breaks the barrier for a certain miles speed or any other kind of race kind of speed that opens the door for so many others to come behind them and do that quickly. It had never been done in history, but then once one person does it, it proves that it's possible. Well, Jesus kind of breaks that barrier and shows us what true, unselfish, sacrificial humility is, emptying ourselves for the sake of Christ, for the sake of other people's interests. Well, Paul's going to show that's possible. Timothy shows that's possible. And then Paul's going to remind them about somebody else that they are familiar with. Not just somebody from Paul's circle, but somebody who is from among them who's reached Paul. All right, so Epaphroditus is the one who's brought this gift from the Philippians to Paul. It's likely that he's sending the letter back through Epaphroditus. So then he says, verse 25 of chapter 2, I thought it necessary to send to you Epaphroditus, my brother, fellow worker, fellow soldier, and your messenger and minister to my need. For he has been longing for you all, and he has been distressed because you heard that he was ill. So he has been sick, and you've caught wind of that, and now you're concerned about him, and he's concerned about you, and you're both longing for each other. So I'm going to send him back to you. So indeed, verse 27, he was ill, near to death. But God had mercy on him, not only to him, but to me also, lest I should have sorrow upon sorrow. Here I am, I'm already in prison. I'm away from you. I'm away from people that I would love to be with. I'm sorrowful. And I'm sorrowful that he's sick and he's suffering. And if he died, I would have had additional sorrow. Verse 28, I'm all the more eager to send him, therefore, that you may rejoice at seeing him, and that I may be less anxious. So receive him in the Lord with all joy, and honor such men, for he nearly died for the work of Christ, risking his life to complete what was lacking in your service to me. So he got sick on his way of bringing your gift to me, and you got concerned about him, and he was near unto death, but God spared his life. And that brought me joy, and that's bringing you joy, and now we're going to reunite you two together, this church and this messenger minister of yours, Epaphroditus. So Epaphroditus is now proof of what it looks like to humble ourselves in the service of the Lord. He carried this out so effectively that he risked his own life through sickness. He got sick and he almost died. And it meant so much to him. Think about that in this past 20 months of a season we've gone through. What are we willing to risk to encourage each other and to truly serve each other? Epaphroditus wasn't scared off by the prospect of death. Paul wasn't. Timothy wasn't. Jesus clearly was not. So where's comfort going to come from? Where's encouragement going to come from? Affection and sympathy? When we are willing to sacrifice and risk in order to serve and to love each other. That's the power of the gospel. We thank you for your time today. It's our prayer that God's timeless word will be on your mind all day.
I woke up this morning with my mind